Shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Are you brothers and sisters ready to hear and see one of the most cringe-worthy moments of national television? Oh, Joe Biden, aka Weekend at Bernie's, aka Nightmare Fuel. He's back. He's back. Oh, Joey Biden. We talking about Mr. Crime Law himself. The Crypt Keeper, if you will. The Crypt Keeper is back in the news, ladies and gentlemen. Man, so he visited Maui and he had a speech. And I gotta react to this speech because the man clearly don't have his faculties together, man. He should not be our president. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is bad. Like, what we're about to look at is bad. Yeah, Joe Biden, aka Fraggle Rock, aka the Crypt Keeper, aka Nightmare Fuel, also known as Weekend at Bernie's, back in the news in Maui, just gracing Maui with his presence. Let's just put it that way. Y'all gotta peep this, man. Peep the game, though. This is our president.
Chance, our Senator Maisie. By the way, Maisie, I told my granddaughter, whose name is Maisie as well. She said, that's why I like her. Anyway, but her name is.
Sir, these people just endured one of the most horrendous atrocities known to man, bro. It looked like laser beams shot out of the sky, direct energy weapon style. It looks like a war zone out there. It's not a time for light humor. Like, what is wrong with you, sir? Like who is writing these prompts for him? Like, who said, oh, Biden, get up there and give him a little bit of light humor, lighten the load, because, it's bad out there. What are we doing? Oh, sleepy Jim Crowy Joey. Here we go.
Is Maisie as well. And Jill Takuda, Representative Ed Chase, Rick. When we talked on the phone, you look like you played in defensive tackle for I don't know who, but somebody good.
If somebody don't get his ass off that stage, bro, like, y'all look like, are they gonna legit let him do this? Like, this is how I know. This is how I know other countries cannot be looking at us as a strong force at this point in time. I know they can't. If this is our so-called commander-in-chief, bro, we are in trouble. We're in trouble. He's shouting, he's giving shout-outs right now. While these people are suffering, he out here giving shout-outs, trying to make comparisons, and can't even think. Like, what the hell has Joey been drinking? Yeah, he telling dumbass jokes. These people out here dealing with trying to repair, and they need a cleanup crew down there. They still need finances. You done gave these people $700 damn. A one-time payment, y'all. He done gave them a one-time payment of $700. And now he up here telling dumbass jokes. It's like, bruh, imagine how we look on a global scale. You can't do a damn thing with $700. But I know all the liberals, or they call themselves liberals, all the quote unquote Democrats, everybody voted these people in. I don't understand it. For the life of me, I don't get it. I don't get why you would vote for anybody. Yeah, I said it. They're all going to do the same agenda. They're all the same. Y'all gotta understand, this is street theater. This is street play. They playing with the people's emotions. right wing, left wing paradigm, man. Hegelian dialect. You need someone who seems to be heroic on one side, to be conservative on one side, and you need somebody to be quote unquote liberal on one side. One side is here to pacify our community, keep us in Section 8, keep us on food stamps, and keep us relying on our daddy, the government. The other side, on the other hand, wants to erase all of our history, don't want us to know who we are. They want to take textbooks out of the school. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to learn about Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Huey P. Newton, none of that. And one side that says they're conservative, they give the other side that seems to be total tyrants, they seem to be giving them pushback, but they always give them a little bit of leeway. At first, when we heard about gay marriage, the right was like, oh, hell no. But guess what? They bend it just a little bit. And that's how it is. They're literally playing against themselves, and they're playing us, the people that's in the middle. That's the biggest secret to politics. You, the people, are just being played in the middle. While they're putting on theater, they're putting on a show for you. They're working for the greater good of the lobbyists, the major banks, Goldman and Sachs, BlackRock, all the shareholders that run the country. We're talking about the people who got the money. We're talking about the people who print off money like monopoly paper, but they don't even use money because everything is based on a social credit system. We're talking about the individuals who are tapped in with the fallen angels. Them are the people who control the system, not your government, not these puppets. Joe Biden he's a useless NPC. He's a skinwalker. Joe Biden, let me let y'all know this. Joe Biden, he died a long time ago. Y'all hear what I just said? This Joe Biden that you see on TV is not the Joe Biden from the 90s. It's not the same person. Joe Biden is dead. He been dead, bro. Y'all just don't understand that, but that's deep, man. I know me saying that, it sounds crazy, but it's true. I don't know who this is. This is like RoboCop without the mask on. This is like something they done created in a lab. This is a test tube, baby, y'all. I'm telling you. This is a masked assailant posing as a president, bro. Yo, Floridian says, breathe, the devil is liberal. Left, the Most High is conservative. Remember, I, the Lord, control left and right. I do all those things. Well, here's the thing. I'm not involved in politics whatsoever because I understand that on both sides, there's going to be issues. And that's just how it is. Not saying that right wings aren't the lesser of the two evil, but it is let me explain this to you. The way I can put it is, it's almost like a show where they're playing the public against each other. Remember, the scripture says a country divided can't stand. So if the scriptures say a country divided cannot stand, right? How could you have a country that's torn between its philosophy, torn between its laws, torn between its regulations? It's because those two opposing sides are actually playing into the image of the beast. And I think Alex Jones brought it out a long time ago, and I'm in agreement with Alex Jones that they're both evil. I don't vote for nobody. I don't care about politics. I'm not voting for nobody. It doesn't even matter. I think as people, we should focus on our local government, meaning like our mayor, our governor. A lot of times, the bigger the scale is, we're dealing with presidents, the less control those entities and forces actually have over the country. There's always somebody working behind them. But shout out to Rallo being a member 24 months. Shout out to the fam. But look, peep your boy Joe Biden, man. This is crazy.
But at any rate, I want to thank you for your leadership and during this unimaginable tragedy.
This unimaginable tragedy.
The devastation is overwhelming. To date, 114 dead, hundreds of people unaccounted for.
It's a lot more gone than that. Whoever's unaccounted for, they're no longer breathing and no longer living. You got thousands of people displaced. You got thousands of people who are in need of shelter, food, raiment, clothing, sustenance, and you gave these people $700, a one-time payment of $700. And here's the thing: the Ukrainians got millions of dollars, allegedly by no one who signed off on that. They get billions of dollars sent to Ukraine. These people, $700 one-time payment on U.S. soil in land that you illegally acquired, by the way. This is sick. This country looking bad, which goes to show we all we got, man. We are literally all we got. Somebody said, "Hey, Bree, play the laughing track." Maybe when I replay this, because this is just something else. It's like it's so bad. It's funny, but it's not funny. Like it's just cringeworthy. Like when I seen this, it's like I'm cringing. I'm like, what is this? This is your speech? Look, right behind him, you can still see the rubble and the debris.
I remember when I got the call, my first wife and daughter, I was a young senator, and I got a call in Washington. I hadn't been sworn in yet. I wasn't old enough. And I was hiring staff in the Capitol at Teddy Kennedy's office. And I got a phone call saying from my fire department, and a young first responder kind of panicked, "You got to come home. There's been an accident." So what happened?
Yo, what the hell does this got to do with Maui, bro? Get over here! Emotional damage. It's like, what the hell is wrong with Biden, bro? Y'all, come look at this. Come look at this, y'all. What is this man talking about, bro? It's been a major tragedy. Before I was elected, I was old enough. When I was senator, what? It's like you set this man in front of these people of Maui who just lost everything, y'all. This is, what world are we living in? The upside down, where none of the major media outlets had any type of scrutiny with how Joe Biden dealt with Maui. Like, this is so, it's almost like they never done nothing like that. Listen, when it came to Trump, right? We all know if this would have been Trump, he would have got destroyed in the media, right? We know that, right? That goes without saying. But it's like, it's so unfair the way they do it. It's almost like, is this being done on purpose? Yo, think about what I'm saying. It's like they make it clear. We got one guy. We had the best economy for a long time when we had Trump in office. This is a fact. But any little thing he said was under a microscope. But then Joe Biden can do this type of stuff, and nobody in the media, none of the news correspondents, none of them say nothing about it. It's almost like, is this being done on purpose? To like purposely make people think like a certain way? Like, I just can't believe that they're not doing this on purpose, yo. It's like, is this all a show? Is this like really to piss us off? For real. I just don't get it, bro. But anyway, let's go.
He said, "Your wife, she's dead. Come home. Come home." The tractor trailer had broadsided her and killed her in a car accident along with my little daughter. And I remember all the way down from Washington home wondering what a lot of people here are wondering. What about my two boys? How are they? They were in the car. I never got a read on that. Were they going to be all right? They were badly injured.
Let me tell you something. Who the hell is he talking about? Who is Joe Biden talking about? It's like, what? He's okay. So if something like that dramatic happened, is he talking about himself? He ain't talking about himself. Yo, they should have walked him off a stage, bro. And then he's saying something about somebody dying. And the way he's saying it is like, there's no emotion to it. And he had to look at his paper to see. Like, hold on, let me get my notes. Oh, yeah, they were critically killed in a car accident. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Were they going to make it? Had they made it? Until I walked into the emergency room and I saw that they were there. The difference between knowing somebody's gone and worrying whether they're available to come back are two different things. Has got his boots on too. You guys catch the boots out here? That's a hot ground, man.
He strangely jokes about how hot the street is, y'all. He jokes about how hot the damn. Somebody just throwing a tap. Just. It's just like, Lord, take the wheel. Like, what are we doing? What are we? I can't do this, bro. I just can't do it, bro. It's like, what the hell? Oh my God, no way. The man joked about how hot the damn street is, bro. Yo. Gianmarco, thanks for the support, fam. Says, you mean to tell me that they don't have enough money to support Maui? And don't forget Puerto Rico, right, man? It's crazy. This is crazy. This your man, Joe Biden.
Hello, everybody. We're going to jump ahead to the next one.
Maui resident expressed their disdain for the president. Yo, somebody should have picked up a rock. Nope. And just skipped it down the street in the opposite direction, not near the president. We ain't gonna have the Men in Black Secret Service up out there doing it. But you can hear the people, they pissed off. Like, man, these people bold walking these streets, man. You know them Secret Service was out there and all of that, man. But let's put it this way, he lucky one of them Maui citizens ain't say F it and pop his ass on the back of his head with a rock. He lucky. Go, you can! For real. Could y'all imagine? That would have, listen, if somebody would have threw a rock at Biden and it would have landed, that would have took that clone out. That clone would have been dead. It would have been over. Get over here! That would have been it. They would have had to go back to the cloning lab and make another one, bro. They would have had another clone overnight. It's real talk.
I know.
You hear the people of Maui? They saying, bump Joe Biden, bump Joe Biden. Yo, the people out there are pissed, bro. I mean, bro, you got to be kidding me. He got out there and talked about how the ground was hot. That's some crazy stuff, bro. All right.
We can survive. If the United States government will like help us, maybe Japan going, they love Hawaii. Maybe one other country, but it's if they can freaking take care of Ukraine, yeah, $40 billion go to Ukraine. Fucking shit ain't coming to us. What the fuck? My tax-paying money for 60 fucking years don't mean shit. But they're gonna take care of Ukraine, 40 fucking billion.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Fuck you.
Hey, this is what the people of Maui think of our president, bro. This is what the people thinking, bro. Yo, Levi, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says, hey, Bree, you don't need a rock A proper gust of wind would have put Joey in critical condition. Yeah. Man, you ain't even lying, bro. For real. I mean, that is sad, bro. That is sad. I mean, the people telling them how they really feel. And listen, the U.S. citizens all should be speaking on. People should be talking about this, and they bumping people out the room. And am I connected just fine, ladies and gentlemen? Because they just knocking people out the room. You know how they are. You know this platform that got extra liberal, so do me a solid and pound the like button. All right, cool. Because it went from 665 and then it just jumped all the way down out of nowhere. So I'm just making sure everything working good. But let's continue, man.
By someone they may have never met before.
He had the ceremony in Hawaii sleep. The man is asleep, y'all. He sleep at the damn wheel. The man is in Hawaii sleep, y'all. Yeah, this is crazy.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana, whether by blood or by friendship.
You can't tell me that's not a mask on his face, man.
I want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday. And lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond.
No.
And hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette.
No, man, no. No, bro. This is real bad. This is real bad, bro. He said he almost lost his wife in his 67 Corvette. He claimed a wire landed in a pond and went underground and almost. How do you almost, bruh? These people don't have nothing right now. This is the president. This is what he got up to say to the people, to try to boost the morale back up. Joe, this is the worst. This is the worst thing I've seen, bro. Since his presidency, I can honestly say, bro, I'm the most alarmed, shocked, and appalled. This is the most outrageous, cringeworthy thing I've seen Joe Biden do. Now, he's done some things, bro. Smelling people, creeping up behind women like the creepster. He done done a lot of things, bro. But this one right here, he talked about how he liked kids picking in his leg hairs and, all of this kind of weird stuff. And, he done said some weird things and been weird. But this right here, bro, it's just the disrespect. It's the disrespect, bro.
And my cat. But all kidding aside, I watched the firefighters, the way they responded.
Okay, Biden never lost his home from a lightning strike.
Yeah.
He had a small kitchen fire that was contained in less than 20 minutes.
Yo, you have got to be kidding me, bro. So let me get this right. Biden done burnt some eggs. He done fell asleep and burnt some eggs, burnt some cookies. Had a small kitchen fire and he's comparing his plight to the people in Hawaii. Yo, all the people who put this man in office, all the people who wanted Trump out of office so bad. I got to ask y'all a serious question right now. I literally got to ask y'all this. Are you happy with who you brought in office? Are you happy with who you voted for? Do you think you made the best decision? And let me put it this way. I understand that what politics are all about. I get it. If I had to choose, I would definitely be a conservative. If I had to choose, I don't have to choose. I choose the Most High. When they do things, I feel like people got to have balance. You know, like I see some content creators who conservative, but they don't have balance when it's time to be liberal. Like when it's time to have some understanding and find middle grounds, right? And when it comes to certain things, and then on the other side, you got some liberals, they just all out degenerates. But if I had to choose, if I just had to, if somebody had said, yo, you gotta go vote, you know what I'm saying? You gotta vote, or I'm gonna pull this trigger, I would damn sure go on the conservative side. It just is what it is. I would damn sure go on the conservative side, because this, it's like all they gotta do is just pander to you. On the left, it's like all they do is pander to you, bro. You had Hillary Clinton talking about she like hot sauce in her purse. And Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And it's like, bro, these are the people that we elect. This is crazy.
And the fact that he went to Hawaii with almost 1,000 people missing, over 100 dead, and no one has a home. And
if it's 1,000 people missing, those 1,000 people are dead, or allegedly on Oprah's land somewhere, stalled away, or some of the other celebrities that's on that in Hawaii, spread abroad in different parts of Hawaii. Those people are displaced for a reason. If you can imagine, there was a lot of melee going on. My theory is this: you could choose to believe it or not. Doesn't matter. It's just my theory, my opinion. I believe that some of them are probably sex slaves by now, and to be, in the hands of these celebrities on their land, on a massive land they own, and they're, either that or their organs are being harvested. And y'all could say that's dark, Breed, but this is what I think of these people. Just the way they move, this is how I think of them. Or they're using them for, labor, and they're somehow, working behind the scenes in sweatshops. We don't know what I imagine. Let me tell you something. I imagine the worst. And I don't think we ever gonna find those people, just to be frank with you, because either they dead and gone, and their bodies have been like literally charred. I'm talking about totally gone. Because an energy weapon using lasers would totally disintegrate the bodies where there ain't even no bones left. And meanwhile, while this is going on, you got Joe Biden, while it's thousands of people missing, while the families are sitting there in despair, wondering where their family members are. 9 times out of 10, they're no longer alive. How they just missing? Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. They telling us on the news these people are missing. Well, where the hell you think they where at? They only can be on 1 or 2 places. They can pretty much be dead, or they can be on one of these rich people lands. Seriously, they can be kidnapped. Thousands of people just missing. And then you got Joe Biden sitting there making jokes, telling dumbass jokes, not giving the families of displaced victims no type of resources, no help. Like, this is sick. I mean, when you really wrap your mind around how sick this is, these people going through some real traumatic experiences. And Joe Biden talking about a damn kitchen fire he had. Talking about his cat in his 67 Corvette. Making jokes about how the ground is hot. Bruh. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
anymore, and said, I lost my home too, a lie, when there was a small kitchen fire. That was pretty disgraceful.
The America Last policies of the Biden administration were on full display yesterday. I mean, it was the most cringeworthy visit of a disaster area that I've ever seen. That comment, the comment about the ground being hot, showing up 2 weeks late, I think it's inexcusable.
He showed up 2 weeks late on top of all of that.
The conduct of this administration and quite frankly, the people of Maui and this country deserve better.
I haven't been to Hawaii in a long time. I'm not even sure I've ever been there, but I know that $700 isn't going to take care of a family for very long. No. But in the meantime, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars continue to flow into this black hole called Ukraine, which I think is an exercise in fraud, deceit, and criminality, to be blunt. So when's it going to stop?
That's his take on that. I'm not speaking on that. I'm just reacting to the news.
When are we going to take care of Hawaii? Let's go back to Ohio, where we had the derailment and the chemical spill. 4,000 human beings living in this area. The water is still not fit to drink, as I understand.
That water still ain't fit to drink.
Understand it. We wouldn't even invest the money to move those people to a safer area, even if it meant temporary housing or permanent housing, until this thing was cleaned up. What have we done? This is the problem. It is America last on every level.
Yeah, I mean, hey, America is purposely imploding from the inside out. And, you know, the dollar is actually collapsing as well. People just think, here's the thing. People believe that we're dealing with just some inflation. You know, they think we're just dealing with something that is going to come and go. No, the dollar has never collapsed before. This is something that's never happened. So I want to share my screen with you all, right? I want to react to this particular video here because he's dropping some jewels and I want to chime in.
Are part of the BRICS nation. But here's the big story here. Saudi Arabia and Iran have decided to meet with China in talks with ditching the US dollar and going to the yuan and also joining the BRICS nation. Now, this is bad. This is bad for the US. This is bad for the petrodollar. And this is why. Currently, all oil purchases are done with the petrodollar. That is what the US dollar is pretty much backed by. If Saudi Arabia decides to ditch the US dollar and go to the yuan, our dollars will officially go to zero. Now, you think that we have inflation now? If that was to take place, you will see hyperinflation.
Yeah, hyperinflation it has to come. This is prophetic, ladies and gentlemen. In order for the mark of the beast to be ushered in, hyperinflation has to come true. Where imagine $30 is $1. A loaf of bread, we're talking about a loaf of bread being $30 and $40, y'all. We're talking about, in order to buy a pack of chicken, you're talking about $200-$300 for a pack of chicken. This is what's going to have to come so they can implement this system. And it's going to get real. It's going to get real. So, and this is why we are trying to liquidate our assets, get ourselves prepared. We're making the right moves, getting land, because it's going to come down to it. Well, we're going to have our own livestock. We're going to have our own trading system. Eventually, it's going to be about the people you know, the people you actually know and you can build with and grow with. This is why, you know, we got to start building with each other firsthand. This ain't no internet games. You know, people don't understand. I'm not just a content creator. I'm a real person. And some of y'all who watch these videos, y'all going to meet me in real life. You know why? And I'm talking about the ones who are actually, you know, making moves and getting ready. People of like mind. Listen, let me explain this to you. People of like mind, in this journey since I've been making content, I've met those people. I've met people face to face. You know why? Because they doing the same thing I'm doing, getting ready for what's to come. So we cross paths. You know why? Because we all on the same page. It's like, yo, we got to do what we need to do. We have one mind. So it's only natural the Holy Spirit brings me around these people physically, because we know what need to be done. We know what's coming here. People think it's a game. People think that this is some daggone fear-based, fear-mongering propaganda that I'm speaking over here, and it's not. The truth is, what they have been speaking has been propaganda, far as the you know what. The you know what, that's the fear base. The sicknesses and whatnot, that's the fear base. What I'm telling you right now is you got to prepare. Peep the game.
And what I mean by hyperinflation is that gallon of milk that you thought was high at almost $10, think of now paying $40, $50 for a gallon of milk. Being in line for a loaf of bread that's going to cost you $30, $40. That's what hyperinflation will bring. And if Saudi Arabia decides to do that and go that route, that's what's going to happen. Now, that's not the only thing that took place. Washington increased the budget this past week by 40%. Our military budget, they increased it by 40%. And this budget states it's for the war against China. This is World War III. I think the writing is on the wall. I think that it's not a time of if this will happen, but more so of when this will happen.
Right. He's right about that. It's not about if it's going to happen. It will happen. Now, we don't know if it's going to happen based on legislation in Saudi Arabia. That's the only thing I'm going to give the brother pushback on. Not saying the brother don't know what he's talking about, but what I will say is it's going to take Africa, right? It's going to take Africa to drop the US dollar. That's what it's going to take for all hell to break loose. And it's going to take what's really needed is the poor countries to push back. And I say that for a few reasons. The poor countries pushing back is the basis of the United States system. It's the poor countries. You know, the countries that have the most resources, but they have very little export. Once the countries that are, and when I say resources, I mean the land is resourceful, meaning they have everything they need in the land to self-sustain. They have crops, they have livestock, the soil is fertile. If those lands were to push back against the US dollar, they're gonna be in trouble. They're gonna be in real trouble. But see, the reason why that ain't happening because there's a slave mentality. There's a slave mentality. People don't want to turn from the US currency, and it's causing more problems. It's causing more problems. It's more, believe it or not, it's more expensive to live in a third world country with the US dollar than it is in the United States. And that's crazy. It's more expensive because they already pretty much, everybody is struggling. So everybody has to try to get in where they fit in. I'm telling you, man. Let's watch this again, man, because this is interesting.
So for all of you Americans that have pensions and retirements and 401ks and you have US dollars, if this takes place or when this takes place, your dollars will officially go to zero and they will mean nothing. So this is a time to be loading up on assets, which is gold, silver, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Assets are what's going to matter in this game here that we're all about to play. And we're watching it play out. My advice is to get right with God, pray, ask for forgiveness, and accept him in your heart. Because let me tell you, with everything that's about to take place, you're going to need Jesus.
I mean, hey, you're gonna need to make moves. I'm gonna just put this out here. Jesus is not gonna save you if you don't make the proper moves. If you don't do what you need to do to prepare, if you don't become resourceful, if you don't become open-minded, if you don't get out of some of the trepidatious areas that brothers and sisters are located, if you don't get out of these smart cities, and I'm gonna call them smart cities because they already are smart cities. You know, we talking about the smart cities that coming. No, they already are smart cities. If you don't begin to start to maneuver a certain way, then, Jesus is not going to save you because his scriptures told you what times you were living in. He sent people before you. He sent prophets. He sent teachers. He sent brothers before you to let you know, hey, look, it's time to prepare. It's time to get ready. Because them same people who sitting in these churches, you know, praying for a financial blessing, but, you know, giving all their money to the pastor and not preparing, not getting no canned goods, not getting generators, not, you know, trying to get land, not trying to get up with people who are about the business and about the work, but you want to give to a pastor and keep tithing and tithing and tithing. And we know the tithes is nonsense. Back in the day, they tithe with livestock. We know that the Levitical priesthood was the ones who dealt with the tithing. So you could just take all that out of the equation. But you want to keep giving to a pastor and a preacher, and all they doing is building churches. They ain't doing nothing but building churches. Why your pastor ain't got no land for y'all to live on? Why the pastor ain't got no crops? Why the pastor ain't got his own grocery store? Why your pastor ain't got airports? Think about this. You want to keep on sowing your money into these preachers and pastors, but not sowing into the people who actually have land? That's crazy. The people who actually have the land. It's like, hey, yo, we can plant gardens. We can do this. We can do that. This is what we need to do. Nah, you rather give it to a pastor because he can talk well. That's the time we living in. Phil, thanks for the 20. I appreciate the support. Says I asked God what my purpose. Long time, short. I'm studying to be a real consultant, making biology engineer compost. As time wind down, I realized why God called me for this. I'm meant to help God's chosen. All praises. See, we need innovative brothers like you, Phil. We need all that. See, let me put this out here. Let me make this very clear. But everybody who wake up in this truth, watching New Breed Global Truth, if you are new to the biblical truth, your mindset at this current time, in this juncture, must be nation building. Not coming in here just wanting to play church. The new status, the new stature that we must take. It must be nation building. Everybody who come into the truth, see, we're not playing games. Who got trades? Who got various skills? Who got connections with certain individuals where we can get to certain things? Who is willing to travel? Who got land? This what it gotta be. We're not doing no more talking. Like Isaac Bruce said in his Hall of Fame speech. Isaac Bruce said, the work has been done. We gotta walk in it. Meaning there's a lot of history that been brought out, a lot of knowledge, a lot of scriptures, a lot of things have been brought out. And we can sit and debate scripture all day. We can talk about Bible all day. But if we're not doing anything, if we're not making moves and actually building with each other, we're wasting our time. We're wasting our time. Actions do speak louder than words, ladies and gentlemen. Faith without works is dead. Listen, make this clear. My content is not for you to feel relaxed and, oh man, let me listen to some New Breed so I can, get through my day and have some spiritual voltage and clarity and just feel better. Hear that mess? No. You're missing the point. You can't sit up here and call yourself a chosen one if you're not participating in the resurrection of God's people. If you're not sitting here participating in building in your nation, you're not chosen to do nothing. You're just hearers of the word. The Bible says, be ye not hearers of the word, but doers. I only want serious-minded people around me. People who real about this, who know what time we living in, without a shot of a doubt. Understand that one day you're going to go to them banks and they're going to be shut the hell down. Ain't nothing you can do about it. One day you're going to be going to your local corner store and you're going to try to swipe your card and it's going to say access denied. And if you ain't got that QR code in your hand or in your forehead, the damn mark of the beast, then you already know what time it is. You ain't going to be able to buy or sell. Straight up. Because it's coming. It's the obvious. The new reality that's coming.
very strange. This is Whole Foods Market.
They scan your stuff in your bag, right?
So you can't even walk into Whole Foods unless you go through this machine? I need my own QR code. How do I get my own QR code? How do I get my own QR code? I have to have my own QR code to come into Whole Foods?
Means you don't have to stand in line when you leave.
What do? They just what?
It
What
just knows you have it because it scans it.
It knows you have products?
Yeah, it's like the Wi-Fi or whatever it is. It scans your products.
Whoa. And this is the future of grocery stores? Whoa. Who did this first? Where in California?
Where was the first one? You know the city? She's from California. See, we had 10 minutes, now we got 5.
That's the future. That is the future. Now, I'm going to just be straight up with you. If I got to go through all of that to get groceries in the future, I'd rather have my own land. I don't care if I'm living in a tent or an RV. I'd rather be in my own land with some gardens and some livestock. I'd rather go ahead and put me a lamb down than go through all that, just to be quite frank with you. I'd rather put some cattle down on a grill and do what it do. I'd rather go out and hunt my own deer, bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm not doing that. That's dead. Ain't no way. Because eventually it's gonna come down to you're gonna have to have something inserted into your hand. See, in your hand or your forehead. And see, a lot of the teachers, a lot of the mega pastors, they're not talking about this. Why your preachers? Why the churches not talking about this? We living in a time where your church is not even talking about the mark of the beast, bro. One of the biggest components of the book of Revelations. You know why they're not talking about it? Because they under a 501c3 and they can't talk about it. They can't talk about it. They're not allowed to talk about this because that's too much like right. That's too much like getting you prepared for what's to come. You damn right somebody said it. The church is going to push the mark. Mark my words, brother. Mark your words. I said this some time ago. Those churches going to be processing centers for the mark. They're going to have everybody in their congregation lined up. They're going to clear all the pews out. They're going to clear all the seats out. And they're going to have lines in there. Literally. Imagine this. You're going to live in a town where the mark of the beast is going to be instituted in the church. I'm telling you. Yep, we got to learn to grow our food, learn to hunt, learn to fish. We gotta get among like-minded people. What skill one of us don't have, we should be around somebody else who got skills. And we can even unite on social media as well. When it comes to skills, trades, different ideas, we all need to be together, man. We all we got. We all we got. And it's not about being afraid because, you know, if you're doing what the Most High have you do, you're not afraid. If you're doing the right thing, you're not afraid because you know you're in right standards. I'm telling you, man, we need to be able to walk 15 miles with heavy bags on our backs. We need to learn we should learn survival skills, have a bag pack up, have you some rucks gear packed up with all your essentials in it. Have you a nice rucks gear bag, just an emergency bag that's always packed in it. Have some water, have one of those water bottles that stay cold for 78 hours, 72 hours. Have you one of them in there? Like, these are things you should do. Get trained up, hit the range. Like, this is what we got to be doing, man. Yeah, the bug out bag. Keep gas in your tank. Keep a full tank. Don't ride around with your tank on empty. Because you never know, like the way this stuff is going, different things happening in different cities. You never know when you just got to hop in the whip and slide, man. For real. I'm just telling you some real talk, man. get a hold of a mountain bike, all these kind of things, man. We just got to be prepared for what's to come, man. It's getting wild out here. But anyway, man, that was utterly disgraceful with Joe Biden. That was the most wicked thing I've seen him do. That to me should be grounds for impeachment. But nonetheless, man, it is what it is. This is the Babylonian system, rapidly falling. But, we've done quite a few live streams today. I got more content coming, man. I got a banger that's about to drop real soon, any day now. And I can't wait till it drops. It's going to be myself featuring Woodrow, former member of Drew Hill. We got a song together, and it's it's the most spirit-filled song to this day. The Holy Spirit is definitely all in that track, man. So y'all look out for that. You gotta go subscribe to New Breed Universal ENT. I will be back live one more time tonight, but it'll be over there probably off the late night on New Breed Universal. So make sure you thumb the video up, share this content, go over there, hit the subscribe button. Look, I love each and every one of y'all. I want y'all to have a blessed afternoon. With that being said, shalom and peace.